Hi guys, here's an energy update for you. So a few weeks ago I was privileged with being able to channel a being called Kistos, who is a 7th dimensional Pleiadian. He's a guide that I've worked with before. We have kind of integrated soul karma, but to begin with he only came through as giving me messages through meditation, and now as I've adapted to his frequency better, he has come in a couple of times fully into the body so that I can semi-conscious channel. At the moment I'm still learning to hold that frequency. It feels quite different to me, and also to ensure that my own consciousness is fully out of the way, I've been doing some practice sessions. So whilst I'm not ready to share live channelings yet until I've got more used to that process, I can share with you some of the information that he's passed through so far. I won't go into all of it in one go because it would be quite heavy, but a couple of messages that he has relayed. One of them is that there are more people at the moment on the planet than there ever has been who are now able to hold the frequency of galactic beings. So we will see more of this kind of channeling process by those who are happy to allow that to happen through them. Within the next couple of years, I think that will become quite commonplace, and we'll be able to download more and more information from the galactic beings, which is really helpful because their perspective is very different to ours, especially as they don't have the same kind of constraints of linear time, so they're able to perceive events before and after. And this is all to do with the raising of human consciousness, because the earth is moving into a higher frequency and we're starting to resonate that ourselves. That's why we're able to hold these higher frequencies, and it really does feel quite different in your body. He does also speak of the fact that that can be sometimes misused by both humans and by other entities. So sometimes entities that are maybe posing as lighter beings but aren't actually kind of carrying that truth and integrity are sometimes attempting to come in, but it's not something we should be fearful of, just aware of. And you can usually tell that within your body. If you feel, you'll feel different channeling and holding that energy, but if you feel particularly tired or agitated before or after a channeling, then that's something to watch out for, and maybe you just need to be a little bit more discerning as to whether the entity is who they say they are. But that means that you can still hold other lighter frequencies as well. So it's just learning to kind of feel within your body whether something feels right or not. The human body is a good tool, even though sometimes it can feel quite dense. It's there for us to be able to experience and to use, so that we can tell the difference between sensations. And also that sometimes there are humans, of course, that are going to be not so genuine when they're receiving information, depending on what they want to use that for. And Kistos just said to go by what you feel rather than what you see in those cases. So, someone can be presenting a certain picture, but if it doesn't feel right to you, just pay attention to that and go with your own instincts there. Another thing that Kistos said was that within about 500 to 1,000 years, he wasn't more specific than that. And also, this is where I'm learning to make sure my own consciousness doesn't come into play as well and try and put a number on something or filter the message in any way. But between 500 and 1,000 years, we will transition into 7th dimensional frequency. So at the moment, we're going from 3rd, sort of briefly through 4th and into 5th. But it's not actually that far off in our development to reach 7th. And although that might sound like a long time, there's the possibility that as we raise our frequency collectively, we'll be living longer lifespans anyway. So that could be a difference between a couple of generations rather than several. And also that as you move into higher frequencies, time will be perceived as passing much more quickly anyway, so that won't feel like what you would perceive 500 or 1,000 years to be now. So that's quite an exciting kind of thing to look forward to, that enjoy the process now, enjoy the ascension as we move into fifth, and I still just find it uplifting and quite exciting to know that that voyage of discovery is going to keep on going for a little while. I'll leave it there so that nobody gets kind of too overwhelmed. That might be a little bit to take in as it is. And as I work more with Kistos and get used to holding that vibration, then I will relay more of those messages to you. And hopefully at some point channel live, but I'm not quite ready for that yet, so I'll get back to you. Thank you.